Alaska was resource-rich, and Alaska's oil held great importance for the nation. Oil was one of the great forces that led to the Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act of 1971. The discovery of oil in Prudhoe Bay was one of the most important motivators of the land claims. A 900-mile pipeline was to be built from the Arctic to Valdez on the lands claimed by the Alaska Natives. Oil companies had plans on the North Slope to drill and explore for oil. The Alaska Natives were not happy about their homeland being taken over and controlled for traditional and cultural purposes. So one way to come up with the dispute, to settle the dispute, was to come up with a settlement agreement. The Alaska Native Land Claims Settlement Act was signed into law by President Nixon on December 18, 1971. Since this day, 12 regional corporations, plus the acceptance of one, and 229 federally recognized tribes were born. Under INCSA, the Alaska Natives received 44 million acres of land and $962.5 million in compensation for this extinguishment. The 12 regional corporations that were born are Ahtna, Aleut, Arctic Slope, Bering Straits, Bristol Bay, Chulista, Chugach, Cook Inlet, Doyon, Koniag, Nana, and Sealaska. The Alaska Native shareholders were limited because anyone born after December 18, 1971 could not be a shareholder of any regional corporation. Anyone born on or before December 18, 1971 was able to enroll in a regional corporation, as well as their village corporation, based on the person's residence or origin. On December 18, 1971 was the cutoff date, and this was supposed to diminish Native identity and communities. Anyone born after this cutoff date, were called afterborns, new natives, descendants, the non-shareholders. So, most of the corporations were for-profit corporations, and most of the tribes were not-for-profit. There are sections for this Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act. The 7I and 7J sections are the sharing provisions of INCSA. 7I requires that the Native regional corporations share a large portion of their resource revenues with each other. Section 7J says 70% of all the resource revenues received by each region by INCSA lands will be shared among the 12 regional corporations. The 7J section requires that the region share half of the 7I funds they receive with village corporations and individual at-large shareholders. If it weren't for these provisions, the corporations would have probably been in competition with each other or go bankrupt. So by following these provisions, it helps the corporations financially and to work together. INCSA succeeded in the benefits and assistance that the Alaska Natives receive, which provides help to the Alaska Natives. Some of the benefits the Alaska Natives receive include cultural programs, employment assistance, jobs, scholarships, internships, subsistence activities, tribal assistance, assistance for Native elders, And lastly, dividends. There are 6 categories of benefits provided to the Alaska Natives and their communities. And these categories are health, social and cultural support, education and development, lands, economic and community development, employment and economic benefits. With the help of these benefits, the Alaska Natives are able to accomplish many things in the world we live in today. So, the Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act of 1971 was able to complete achieving the largest Native business corporations in Alaska. So when you think of your regional corporation, it's not just about receiving a dividend. There are benefits and assistance programs. As a shareholder for your regional corporation, you can vote, run for board, and actively participate for your regional corporation and for your people.